Welcome back, everybody. Stay seated right where you are. Do not exit out of this video because today we're getting
Don't
into
just stay seated, strap in, because you're about to go on a wild ride, a journey.
That's
you know what I
right.
mean? Strap yourself down, tighten your seatbelts.
That's right. First off, my name is Diamond Don Wannabe.
And I'm the one and only Grand Supreme Paper Chase in the mother effing house. Yeah, baby.
That's right. That's right. And dude, today we're listening to something that I don't know if I've ever been more excited to listen to this band before. Right now. Why'd you just smile, dude? I'm dead serious because you know how I feel about Phil Collins.
Yeah, you know.
But I've never heard anything from Genesis.
You
I didn't
have
even know
not-
he had a band named Genesis. That's how silly I am.
Yep, and it makes total sense because that's the beginning, you know? In the beginning of time, Genesis. All right. Sorry, we had to strap in. We had to strap in for this reaction.
Yeah, we're ready.
I actually grew up on Genesis. I think I've mentioned that before, but you know, this is one of the first albums that I remember like my dad listening to. He had very broad taste in music. So like growing up, and some albums that I remember was like Genesis. It was Michael Jackson, Beat Street soundtrack, believe it or not.
Never
That's
heard
when
of
I
that.
got into hip hop. That's why that record's up there.
Okay.
And yeah, Rick James. Those are some of like the first albums that I remember listening to as a kid. So
Well, let's get
There you
into
go.
this, man, because I have not heard of Genesis. We have done some Phil Collins on here.
Mhm.
The only thing I was ever really familiar with Phil Collins was the Tarzan soundtrack. And then you opened my eyes to how big he actually was and how incredible he is. And now I'm like so on board. But yeah.
Yeah, and this is a fun video. You know, I'll be honest, I haven't watched this video in forever. I'd totally forgotten about it. And I was thinking, like, what should we do? What would be a good introduction? And I was like, how could I have forgotten this video? This video was so crazy at the time, but I'm just going to let it play and let you be the judge.
All right, let's get into this.
Goody two shoes. Betty by Bo's time again. Good night, honey. Mwah.
Do you know who that is?
Mm-mm.
That's how old he is. That's how young he is, I should say.
Who is that?
That's our former president, Ronald Reagan.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't know. How would I put that together?
Because it's literally him. Like,
It's a puppet.
and the voice.
Goody two shoes. Betty by Bo's time again. Good night, honey. Mwah.
Sweet dreams, dear.
No.
They say the danger's gone our way, but I can see the fire still light, burning into the night. There's too many men, too many people, making too many problems, and not much left to go round. Can't see this in the land of confusion. This is the world we live in, and these are the hands we give up. Use them and let's start trying to make it a place worth living in. Superman, where are you now? When everything's gone wrong somehow.
All right.
Okay,
Initial
first
impressions.
off, I feel like if I showed my kid this, she would think it was like a horror movie. She'd be like,
It
ah!
is creepy. I mean, even their characters are creepy. It's not like a very flattering rendition of them. Let's just be honest.
But honestly, this is like really, really well done. This came out when? In the 70s, 80s?
yeah, this is definitely the 80s. And I don't know if this was Jim Henson. I feel like it was Jim Henson or, you know, somebody. Yeah,
Big, who did what did
Yeah,
he do,
the
like
the puppetry and the
Yeah.
mass, and just think about the amount of work that went into all of that.
yeah, that's what I
'Cause
was.
all
gonna
of those
say.
had to be made, and then like they've got the political figures I love in the background. I think that was like maybe Mussolini and then like the Shah of Iran or something.
Mhm.
So
I love the song paired with the video though, because it's like the video is massively confusing and it's kind of showing like
mhm.
like you were saying America's politicians and it fits perfectly with the video.
Yeah, and the message is so good. Like if you actually listen to the lyrics, because this is the world we live in.
Mhm.
It's a great song. I've kind of forgot like how good this song was. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I haven't listened to it in
Banger
forever.
alert.
Yeah, exactly. Banger alert. Banger alert. All right, let's shut up and get back into this. Hold up. Seemed a little low. See, I was right. All right, here we go.
The men of steel, men of high, losing control by the hour. This is the time, this is the place, so we look for the future. But there's not much love to go round. Tell me why this is a land of confusion. This is the world we live in, and these are the hands we give up. Use them and let's start trying to make it a place worth living in. I remember long ago when the sun was shining, and the stars were bright all through the night, and the sound of your laughter as I held you tight. So long ago. I won't be coming home tonight. My generation will put it right. We're not just making promises that we know we'll never keep. Too many men, there's too many people making too many problems, and not much love to go round. Can't you see this is a land of confusion? Well, this is the world we live in, and these are the hands we give up. Use them and let's start trying to make it a place worth fighting for. This is the world we live in, and these are the names we give up. Stand up and let's start showing just where our lives are going to.
Is that Michael Jackson?
Yeah, Michael Jackson. I thought I saw Hulk Hogan maybe.
Morning, dear.
Hey, Nance, what a terrible dream. I am parched. That's better. I could use another one of those. That's one heck of a nurse.
What a video, bro. Absolutely loved it.
Yeah, I forgot when this came out. We should look at that. It's kind of weird
This
too
is
because
the world we live in. Whoa, these are the hands we're giving. Damn, that was a vibe.
Yeah, it's
dude.
such a good chorus. It's like such a, and once again, like we were talking earlier because we did another reaction to a Ren music video with like serious subject matter. And a lot of times those songs can be like, dark, depressing, but this is one of those that's just got such a good message.
Such a good vibe. Like it's
It's
you could listen to this and
uplifting.
party to it and not even really get the message because the song
Exactly.
is so good.
Yeah.
And then when
'cause
you
it's just
really
got
listen to
such a
it.
catchy, like good chorus.
So my guess is he was anti-Reagan, right? Kind of or like they're probably kind of doing some political stuff, kind of protesting what was going on.
Well, I think it's once again, it's just like, this is almost a continuation of the conversation we're having earlier on the other reaction, but it's true because it's like what was being shown was like all these politicians, because you had like Gorbachev, you had Gaddafi, it's like all these world leaders, and they're all like arguing up to some nonsense. And that was the thing that I was thinking about with this video, right? Is that you wouldn't understand this. I don't mean that in a bad way, but like there was a real fear, like in the 80s, certainly in the like 70s and 60s, that we might go to, nuclear war. That was like an actual concern. Like, I grew up, watching the Wolverines, Red Dawn, where the Russians invaded, and you thought that could happen. The Russians were the bad guys. You literally thought, as a kid growing up, that there could be a chance that you would go to war with Russia, that they would invade the US, and that we might get into, a nuclear holocaust. So it was like,
it's
there was a
crazy though how
genuine
like
fear.
it's crazy. Well, first off, okay, I'm gonna say this and then I have to read one of these comments because it's got me cracked up right now. But I mean, it's crazy when you actually look into like how. And when you look into like nuclear, how like nuclear bombs work and stuff, and nukes, like how the blast radius is actually not as far as you think it is. And yeah, we could easily like, the world would become toxic and a crazy place to live in, and people would be dying. But there nowadays, it's kind of proved that there's really, especially back then, was really no threat to a nuclear holocaust. It was more of just like.
I don't know. I think that there's so many nuclear bombs that they could literally like blow up the world like 3 times over. That's how many they have. What's scary.
I don't think that's true. I think that that's one of those fear tactics. But anyways, let's go into more of a funny
hey,
manner.
if you think that you know that we should get into a nuclear war because it's really not that bad.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that back then, like that was part of the way of people controlling some of this rebellion against the government and other things like that is, scaring people.
The Russians have this thing called the dead man's hand. So it's like a thing that I think it's called literally like death's hand or something like that. And it was a system that was put into place where it's like pinged every so often with the radio signal. And if it stops getting the ping, it just starts launching missiles because it was set up. So that was like, hey, if you guys ever like take us out, we have this like thing essentially that's
that
like
will
a
automatically start.
which is just terrifying to think that we could ever get to that point that we would be like, oh yeah, that's, cool. That's what we want to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's read the comment.
Okay, so like I said earlier, I was like, if I showed my kid this, she'd be terrified of the puppets. So it's one of my clearest memories as a child is sitting on my dad's lap watching this video and being absolutely terrified of the puppets.
But that's, I think, was the point.
And it's the most liked comment. I
Yeah.
love that. I love that.
Let's hit it with the like, man. That was a good one.
Yeah, drop that like. dude.
Yeah. Yeah, I have childhood memories about this as well. I wonder who did the puppets in this video. Does it say in the...
It's gotta up in the.
So, and this is what's crazy.
You said Mike Rutherford or Tony Banks. Those are probably the members of the band, huh?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, you're like, oh, I've never heard of Genesis. Genesis are among the biggest selling recording artists of all time.
That's crazy.
And when okay, so once again, it's a British band. I have to be completely honest. I did not know they were British. I thought they were American for some reason.
That's wild. That like how many incredible artists come out of Britain. That's just
Out of
wild.
Britain. Jim Henson, I said, bro. What do you don't know who Jim Henson is?
Mm-mm.
It's so crazy because it's like so fundamental to my childhood and everybody's childhood.
Yeah, you got to realize how
Jim
much older that you are than
Henson.
me.
The Muppets, dude.
I mean, obviously, I've seen the Muppets.
I could spell Genesis.
It's not
That's
genus.
Jim Henson.
You got something else on your mind, buddy.
What? No, Jim Henson did not create the puppets. And the confusion. Okay. Anyways, that was an amazing video. What do you think, guys? Was that a good intro
So it's Peter
to Genesis?
Peter Fluck and Roger Law. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, dude, I think that was incredible. I want to listen to more Genesis like right after this.
All right, so we've listened to a little Phil Collins, just dove into Genesis. Let us know. What do we need to react to next, people? I'll be honest with you. Like I said, I know some of their, songs just from growing up, listening to the albums with my dad, but I don't know their full catalog, and you certainly don't know what the fan favorites are. You tell us.
Yeah.
What do you want us to react to next?
Yeah. And thank you guys for watching, man. We really do appreciate you. Make sure you drop a like on the video if you enjoyed yourself today, and hit that subscribe button and join us on our journey to discover new artists, him showing me old stuff, me showing him new stuff, us both watching funny stuff and giggling together. It's
Yep.
really a great time.
Just a couple silly geese.
Yeah, really a great time. And if you want to show extra support, tell them what they got to do.
If you want to support us, you can join the members only page. And why would you do that? Because we have a just absolute stack of videos that we've been compiling. We're recording every day and just piling them up just to dribble them out, a slow release, like 2 a day. How many videos do we got stockpiled?
Dude, we have a massive pile. It's like huge pile, like 5 inches big.
We have a nuclear stockpile of explosive content just for you. If you want to
Yes.
release the warheads, if you want us to release the nukes, there's only one way to get them. That's in the members only
That's right.
page.
That's right. Thank you guys so much for watching. We really appreciate you. We love you, and we'll see you next time. Peace.